Today we're going to be breaking down a high kill trios game that I had, focusing on one of the most important things when it comes to increasing your KD, getting more kills, dying less. And look, this applies whether you're a 0.5 or a 2.5 KD player. Now, when we think about Vondel right now, or frankly Warzone 2 in general, we have some outplay potential, but it's not like we have a ton. And on top of that, teams are stacking, playing close together now more than they ever have before. So those two things on top of the fast TTK, we have to play smarter, not harder. Take our 1v1 fights when we can, but if we don't know exactly how many enemies it is, or maybe we have a UAV up and we see that enemies are very close together, we have to slow down, play smarter, not harder, play our positioning. Now, right here, I pop a UAV. It's just one guy. Go ahead and take our 1v1 fight. We're going to challenge this, and even though I miss shots right here, I'm not in a bad spot simply because nobody else is around. So we're barely able to get that kill. I missed a few shots in there, but we are able to get it. Now we're going to go ahead, get the thirst immediately played up, and I know that no one else is around me. Now, when we talk about getting more kills, I want to specifically highlight this UAV right here. Notice which way I am pushing, right? I'm kind of pushing over this direction, towards this buy station, towards these people. But notice where the cluster of people are. A lot of people on this side of the map, a lot of people on this side of the map. So I'm going to turn around here. Nobody's in market. I have the UAV up to confirm that. So nobody's in market. I'm going to go ahead and work back in here and loot up. Now, my magic number right now, and I want you to remember this because we're going to talk about another magic number later on. The magic number here is $9,500. I have my loadout gun, so all I need is $6,000 for a UAV, $3,500 for a perk package, and then we're rocking and rolling. Real quick, by the way, as we are finishing up looting for that, if you are looking to get better Warzone 2, make sure you are subscribed down below. Before KD player, my whole goal is just to help you improve. Now, we're going to pop UAV again, and a lot of playing smarter, not harder starts with information. So we're going to focus on that throughout, but look at what we have here. Full team of 3 on this building, team of 3 over this way. One solo guy here. You know, I'm playing trios, so 1v1 fight right here. There's also a 1v1 over this way. This guy, because he's on my level, sort of out in the open, is going to be much easier to get to than this guy right here. So I am going to go ahead and take the easy kill right here, what I think should be a pretty easy kill. We're going to play positioning. We've got the cast-off 7.62. Execution is a big part of this because you got to be able to hit shots. If you let that guy get away because you miss a few shots, it does become much tougher. Now we're going to go ahead and work into mall right here where there are a ton of teams. Now, I want to quickly highlight two things. One, I should have probably slowed down real quick, played smarter, and bought another UAV. Notice my cash flow right here, 6,200. That would have given me another 30 seconds or so of information once this one runs out. Now, number 2 is this is information overload. This is information overload for me. So what do? Let's just go get to the rooftop. We're going to try to get to the rooftop, and then from there, we can challenge the people up top, and then we can shoot down below on the people that are inside. Now, as I go to do that, this guy kind of catches me off guard. We're just going to disengage here. He's broken, I'm broken. We're both sort of low health. So let's play it up. What are we going to do from here? We're immediately going to re-engage this. I have the advantage. I've got loadout guns. He guesses the wrong way. Look at the mini-map. That's the next piece of information we act on. One guy up top to my left. We switch to the cast-off 7.62. 1v1 fight. Now, if there were 2 guys up there, I can't challenge that. But because it's just one, I'm going to trust myself to hit shots. The other thing I will mention here, and if you are subscribed, I talk about this all the time, getting a feel for when you are going to lose a gunfight. If I am right here and I miss a few shots, I'm just going to drop back down below, break that line of sight, and then we'll figure it out from there. But up until this point, I know that I'm going to win this gunfight. Now, we're going to keep playing the rooftop, and I want to think about KD throughout this entire game, because that's kind of the perspective we're going in. Now, when we are in playing good positioning, 2 things right here. We're in the action, bunch of teams around, and we've got high ground playing positioning. Low risk, high reward. I can pick up a bunch of kills from up here. You know, you're going to see this right here. We're able to get the break. Now, right here, one flying in, I hear the zip and get high alerted behind me. In this moment, I'm able to get this down right here. Sure enough, enemy number 2 pushes over. That is a level 1,000 TTV player that's literally running around with his teammate. It's the dynamic of the game right now. I probably should have dropped down right here. I should have disengaged right here or should have pushed up top, but just got caught. Why did I challenge that? Because I didn't know it was 2. I only thought it was 1. But in the grand scheme of everything, right? Like I said, grand scheme of KD, I'm 7-1 right now. That's a 7 KD that I have right now. And even if I go in and die immediately here after my resurgence timer, of course, spawns, because we want to make sure that that's active, I'm still at a 3.5 KD, which is, you know, really, really good. Now, Mortar, gonna go go ahead and grab perk package. I want you to think about what you would do right here. You know, I'm just trying to get my guns, see if I can find something. I know there's a team to the left side or back behind me where that portable buy station was. So know there's a team over this way. Trying to see what I can find a little bit. Got an RPK, got a PDSW, not fully feeling comfortable in this moment. So we're going to go ahead. We catch that guy looking straight at me here. So let's go ahead and challenge. We're going to try to wait for that guy. I end up getting shot from the right. I try to break the line of sight here, but I end up not being able to do that, so we drop down. Now, in this moment, what's your thought process? What are you thinking about? My thought process is, let's play smart here, right? Not a great spot to be in. Don't really know where anybody is. I know market is still a little bit unlooted. It's not like I fully picked through market and made sure that every crate and everything was open. And we have $7,200 already. So let's go back in here. Let's regain a little bit. Let's get our loadout guns. Let's get our perk package. So the magic number for early game, if you don't have your guns or at any point in time, is $8,500, right? Loadout, perk package, and then we're good to go again. The only thing that we don't have potentially is lethals and tacticals. We just want to make sure that we're picking those up. So still not quite enough yet. Right here, we're going to get it. Now let's go ahead and see what we can find. One guy over this way. Remember, playing smarter, not harder. Playing positioning starts with information. Information could be a UAV, could be listening for teams fighting, could be a portable radar, could be you seeing somebody flying back in. Any of those things. Guy shooting over this way. So he's shooting. We're going to wait for him. We're going to live ping him. We're able to get that kill. Now, in this moment, you have one of two decisions. By the way, notice minimap, those guys are in the water. You have two decisions right here. You can go push over towards mall, push into this way, maybe push over to these guys. I'm going to play smarter here. I'm going to make the smart decision. I know that there's still probably a bunch of teams over at mall from when I was over there previously, right? Previously, there were like 5 teams at mall. So, you know, probably a bunch of teams over here. We're going to grab plates, maybe loot up a little bit. We're going to backpack manage, and we're just going to play our positioning. And what you're going to see is when we play this positioning, it's just low risk, high reward. I have cover. I can get shot and just easily get to cover. I can shoot down on people. Now, again, you've got to be able to execute here. You've got to be able to hit shots. We're going to live ping that guy. We're going to mortar him. He probably didn't have to move, but let's just mortar to see what we can do. We're going to not quite be able to get that down, but we're still going to wait. Now, I thought about pushing here. I'll be honest with you. I thought about going, but I'm like, hey, let's just play positioning. There's one kill right there. There's number 9, by the way. Guy's still down below. Right? Bunch of people up top there. Not really concerned. By the way, exactly what I told you. There's multiple teams over here. Live ping there. We're able to get that down. Get that thirst. There is kill number 10. Still a bunch of people in mall. Now, what do we do from here? Not really feeling like I'm in a good spot to challenge. Bunch of shooting over to my right side. Got good cash flow. We're maybe like 1 or 2. Now we're 1 crate away from a UAV. So let's slow down to speed up here. If you are subscribed, you know I talk about this all the time. Slow down. Let's go ahead. Let's pop the UAV, and that allows us to make quick decisions. What do we got? Okay, oh my gosh, there's 2 right in this building, right? But we got a bunch of people over here, but let's go ahead and deal with the 2 that are in this building first. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Now, we're going to play the rooftop. Clear from top down. Let's play the jump spot. Actually, we're going to play mid first and then confirm that he's on the roof. Now we go up top. We're going to go ahead, expect this guy. And by the way, I saw 1 jump. So the moment that I saw one of them jump, I'm going to know this is a 1v1 fight. So that guy jumped right there. This is a 1v1 fight. Even though I take damage, not a problem. That guy's down below on the buy station. Now, what do you think from here? We're once again in a 1v1 fight. I'm going to challenge my 1v1s head on. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to get shot. I think I need to do a full video on this. But in this situation, I kind of peek around this corner. This guy's going to be right behind here, right behind my scope. He's hidden right in this bush here. If that guy does pull the trigger and shoot me, then I just play my cover right here. Don't be afraid to get shot. If you get shot, just get behind your cover of this wall, go out the window, break the line of sight, plate up, and then you re-engage and you're right back in challenging him with a 1v1 fight. Now, I end up seeing him right there. We're able to get that down in thirst. No pings or anything. No cash flow here, but I still know that there's a bunch of people on this side of the map somewhere. Notice this guy kind of straight ahead to my right side. One flying in, high alerted to my right. Now, that's another big one that we can use is high alert. When I talk about information and acting on it, UAVs are the best. Minimap pings after a kill are crucial. High alert is another great one. The other one that I didn't add in there was, of course, teams fighting. This guy, hear him shooting, no cover. That's why we always make sure we have cover and we keep track of how many angles we can get shot from. Now, the only information that I feel like is concrete right now is this guy's flying back in on his stuff. How do I know? Because he's flying back in, he landed on the roof, and let's be honest, what would you do? You would land back on your stuff too. So we're going to go ahead and engage this guy. By the way, a lot of damage there, a lot of damage, but it's a 1v1, doesn't matter. This guy's dropping, pushing in from down below, so let's go ahead and start working our way that way. KD-wise, guys, we're 14-1 right now. 14 KD right now. So really good spot. This guy's somewhere around here, not 100% sure. That's why the 1v1 is so important. Because it allows me to react, right? Like, I'm kind of pushing in here. I end up hearing this guy plating in the corner, and we're just in a 1v1 situation. If this is a 1v2 situation, I've got to be able to get that first kill clean, or else I end up getting team shotted and shot from multiple angles, which is what a lot of you struggle with. 15 kills right here. Not enough money for a UAV. Don't see anybody over that way. Maybe we grab enough right here. Now let's go ahead and slow down to speed up again. Yeah, like crates, those blue crates keep refreshing. Those blue crates give you cash, they give you plates. So go ahead and take advantage of those. Bunch of people around this way. Now I've got one back behind me here who I'm anticipating to push into the building. Based on where he's moving to, I'm guessing that he's probably going to push into the building. Now I hear him up top to my left side. We anticipate once again, 1v1 fight, not too concerned. Look at this guy. Now I go... This is a big one right here. Even when we're fighting outnumbered, look at which way this guy's moving to. Watch what I do. I'm going to start plating, and my goal is to get to this window by the time that I'm plated so I can kill him as he's crossing the street, right? So notice we're still in a good spot. He makes a good play in smoke, so I'm never going to be able to see him. And what do I notice in this situation? I can take my 1v1, but let's go take these 1v1s. Let's look at the mini-map. This, even though there's 4 people here, right? Obviously 2 teams because we're playing trios, but this is a 1v1 situation, right? If I play my positioning, maybe this is a 1v1 situation. They're close together, but it's really a bigger issue if you are playing super close quarters and trying to finesse. Now, the other thing that I notice is these 2 dots right here that are outside of zone at the moment. They are outside of circle, so we're going to go ahead and challenge these guys. One flying in. We're able to get him down right there and killed. This guy's rotating out front. I do get a little bit over aggressive here, partially because he's a riot shielder and the fact that, like, if he does end up having a gas mask and he does end up being able to self-revive, kind of puts me in a little bit of a tough spot potentially to get that thirst. Still know there's a bunch of people straight ahead of me. Right, bunch of people straight ahead of me, not 100% sure where. 18 kills already. We're in a great spot right here. So we're going to go ahead. Now watch what I do in this moment. Try doing this moment. We're just going to drop down below and shoot his toes. I know he's back there somewhere. There's the kill right there. Now, a little bit of a tough spot here, right? A little bit of a tough spot. We're just playing positioning. I know there's potentially people over this way. I don't know where anybody is concrete. I don't have enough for a UAV. We do have a self-revive right here. Yeah, look up top. Now we got up top shooting top police. They're in zone, and in this moment, top police is great. I would love to be able to get it down up there. I would love to shoot at them, but let's be totally honest here. If you get it down, they're just going to revive. It doesn't really do you much good. So that's why I generally avoid police. I try to avoid situations where, like, it's just going to be a miserable push. Let's actually break this down on the minimap here. These buildings right here, if I were to get it down on top of this building, right, somebody sitting rooftop, that kind of buys me time to push in, and then I can play from, like, this side of the building or this side of the building, you know, somewhere from adjacent rooftop and challenge them. The problem with police is it's so hard to get onto the rooftop, and you can't really challenge from an adjacent rooftop. You kind of have to take the ladder and fight on that top level with them, which means we then have to play close quarters, we then have to finesse, and then we could, you know, we get put in a tough spot. So that's why I generally try to avoid fighting police, and police teams are very weird. Can't quite get a UAV right there. Notice this guy on the rooftop. I also hear shooting over to my right side in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play into this building. And I do want to kind of break this one down because this is a, okay, all, you know, this breaks loose. There's not much we can do here positioning wise. So what do we do to regain control of this fight? We're going to grab the throwing knife, and now we're in a very bad spot right here. This guy's up top looking straight at me. I'm off to a really bad start. Second guy pushes in. All we've got to do is get out of the window. Now, get out the window. We use sprinting while plating to our advantage. We get plated up. We are right back in here. Right back in, taking a different angle, not challenging from that window. We're able to get that break. We back out of there because I didn't think I was going to win that gunfight, or it's going to be a little bit too close. So we're going to back out of here, right? This is the situation I was talking about. Always know that you can back out. Don't put yourself in a spot where you have nowhere to go. We're replating, already thinking about how we're going to re-engage. So we're going to re-engage this right here. 18 kills, by the way. We're going to re-engage this. We get the down. Not quite able to get the thirst because I saw the second enemy. So the second enemy's down actually over this way, but I kind of saw him push this way. So I took a plate and a half of damage. Not going to get the thirst because I'm expecting there to be at least one, if not one other one, if not another. Play predictable or unpredictable. We're able to get that down. So Challenge around this way. There's so much going on. My brain's not even working, right? Catch that guy off guard. We get the thirst. Now, what does the thirst show? Thirst shows another guy backside this way on my level. So let's slow down. Pressure's on them. We're in a 1v1 situation, and then there's another guy that is potentially down. So I'm listening for the revive. There we go. Pretty easy 1v3 right there. Pretty easy 1v3. Now, what do we do in this moment, right? What do we do in this moment? Let's go pop Yui. Let's go pop Yui and see what we can find here. 21 kills, 21 KD, by the way. You know, let's talk about increasing our KD. Now, we've got a bunch of people over to my right side. What I immediately notice is this guy on my level. He's on the edge of zone, so he does have to push in. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. We're able to get that knock right there. Not quite able to get the thirst, so what do we do in this moment? This was a mistake, okay? So let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to put myself in a really tough spot here that we're going to have to get out of. Respawn disabled. Now, the moment that respawn disables, we really have to play smarter, not harder. 26 other enemies alive. All I would have to do is play positioning here, take 9 kills, get the 30 bomb, put myself in a really good spot for endgame. Now, I end up playing this over aggressive based on the smoke. I push in, I hear the other guy flying down below. I have no idea where this guy ends up pushing in there. Now, we go ahead and play up top. Go ahead and play up top. Now, as we turn the corner, this guy's going to take ladder. Didn't even expect him to be straight ahead of me here, and he's just going to hit really good shots. Very unfortunate. You know, that's how my game ends. 21-2. Just got punished. Why? Because the whole entire game, I was playing smart, not hard, besides our one other situation in mall. Played really good and just got a little over-aggressive. Didn't need to make that play, especially with respawn disabled. So I hope you found today's video helpful. Take your information, play smarter, not harder. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.